What is up, everyone? It is DJ Martini Midwest Reviews coming at you with another video for my channel today. I have a really good one. We're going to be talking about the Shark Stratos. It is a corded vacuum cleaner. It's a really good vacuum. We're going to talk about it. I do have some pros and I do have some cons on it, so we're going to definitely get into that. I'm also going to get into some things that you just don't see in other videos about the accessories, about operation of the vacuum and things like that. Now, the one thing I will say, and you can continue on to your next video, is I'm not going to show you me vacuuming anything. I'm not going to use the vacuum per se to suck up piles of M&Ms or dirt or anything like that. If you want to see that, go to their infomercial. I'm going to talk about more operational side, accessories, some price tags on different things, and so it's more just information. So if you want to see me walking around using the vacuum, I just don't think that's fantastic. So I'm not going to include that. So if you want to move on, go ahead. But I do have a lot of other packed information about this vacuum cleaner, so stay tuned for that. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If you've never tuned in, just know I love to do reviews. That's what I'm here to do. Do that research for you so you don't have to. Give it to you as easy as possible and leave some links in case you're interested in some of the products that we talk about. Today we got the Shark Stratus. So thank you. And I just want to say really quick, we're about to hit that 5,000 subscribers. So thank you everyone out there. I think we're building a great community. The Martini Nation. The Martini Nation is here. We're growing. It's exciting. And it's all because of you guys. So thank you so much. I just want to keep bringing you guys reviews, keep talking about items, and just keep expanding. So thank you so much. All right, let's get into the Shark Stratus. So like I said, I'm not going to walk around using this vacuum. I just think on some products, this is not what I do. I'm more about the operational side, the informational side, those types of things. I don't think I need to just walk around and use the vacuum and show you. There's tons of videos out there on that. I'm more from, I want to give you some information. So price tags. This vacuum starts out at $429. Most places you'll find it. $399 on Amazon, $429 on the website at sharkclean.com is where I got mine, which did have a good, I actually bought mine off an infomercial that I did see, but it sent me to that website and they had a great deal. I want to say I got it for around $500 with a little bit of bonus accessories. So I'll show you the bonus accessories if you want to guys look into that. But it did come with a 5-year warranty and some other things that are super exciting that I was happy to get on that sharkclean.com website. So check that out if you guys are interested in that. If not, you can pick it up on Amazon. It is about, you can get a used renewed one for $318, a used one for $299. Like I said, probably around $499 to $399 price tag. If you go on that website, and instantly will put up, or if you put your email in there, it'll send you a 10% coupon. So if you think about that, 10% off $429 is $42, and so you're going to get a nice little discount and you're going to be under that $400 range. Now I am going to once in a while pop in a comparison to my Dyson. I do have a Dyson in the corner here that I'll flash a little bit later, but I had a Dyson for a long time, about 3 years, and that was about the lifespan I got out of it. So hopefully maybe we can get a little bit longer. If they're giving a 5-year warranty on this vacuum, hopefully it lasts 5 years. And I'll show you exactly what went wrong with my Dyson, but I did love my Dyson, but it just didn't last. It couldn't take the punishment of everyday use, I guess. So kind of disappointed about that, but I'll show you what went wrong, and I'll show you what kind of can be cooler about the Shark here, and hopefully it will be. All right, so the Shark Stratus DuoClean with PowerFins and soft roller is what you're going to be getting. Self-cleaning roller brush, basically that hair and everything that you suck up. I did have 2 pets. Unfortunately, I've lost both my pets, but it's all right. I'm all good. But hopefully in the future, when I get some more pets, I will be able to use this vacuum for getting some of that hair up. I had a husky, I had a pit bull. And those kind of dogs do have a lot of fur. Well, not the pit bull as much, but the husky definitely was losing fur everywhere, and the Dyson was pretty good at picking that up. Now, the Shark is too. I also have some females that live in this house, and so their hair gets all over the place too. And I am really amazed on that self-cleaning roller brush that somehow gets rid of the hair. So I'll show you where the hair goes though, but the hair is not on the brush. And I did find myself, and I'll show you on the Dyson, that I did end up cleaning that brush a lot to get the hair off, which is gross, and those types of things. So this no hair in the brush thing is fantastic. It gets about 4.4 stars on Amazon, like I said, so you're going to be in between, depending on where you get it, between $500 and $300 is kind of the sweet spot for this vacuum, no matter where you're getting it. What are you going to get in the box? Well, I'll show you exactly what you're going to get. So you're going to get this vacuum right here. Like I said, beautiful. I think it looks pretty good. It does weigh about 17 pounds, so it is a little bit heavier. So if you're a little bit older, you got back problems, you have a hard time lifting things, 17 pounds is going to be a little bit up there. But for the features that you kind of get with this, we're going to get into it. All right. The cord is a normal plug-in cord that you'd find, but it's about 30 feet long. Now, I know this is going to be one of my cons later, that it's 30 feet long, and I just find myself in my house short by about 5 to 6 feet from making it to where I need to make it, from unplugging from where I need to unplug. So, Shark, make a 36-foot cord or a 40-foot cord on some of these vacuums. I think you'd have a lot less complaints about a nice corded vacuum. So that's one thing we'll get into a little bit later. But anyways, back to the subject. What are you going to get in the box? So of course you're going to get this full vacuum right here that you can see on camera, and then you're going to get a few accessories. You will get their Shark Odor Neutralizer technology, which are these little pouches here. And I'll show you what one looks like here in a minute. But you will get one of these. I happen to have a 2-pack right there. You will get their Power Pet brush right here, which I haven't had to use, but it's very cool. So it'd be good for stairs. If you're using it for stairs, would be good for it. But I actually have another vacuum for that, a little handheld vacuum. But you also get a crack and crevice tool, and you'll get their upholstery brush, which is on the vacuum here, right here. And you can see that I use this a lot. It's kind of dirty. You can see where you're going to get the stuff building up in there. You can adjust it, and it basically would turn back into another crack and crevice tool. There's a little button on here, and it comes right off. And you can see right there. And there's even some little dirt crud on there. But yes, you can see that I've been getting my use on and definitely testing this thing out. So that's what you're going to get, and that's all you're going to get. Nothing else. You're going to get those things, and just enough for you to get started using this vacuum. And of course you get the roller brush down on the bottom, but I will take you down there and give you a physical look at the vacuum. Now in my kit that I bought, I got a few extra accessories which have come in handy. So one thing is just all these little dust brushes that go on your vacuum. So this could be a little floor brush. You can see it's made for the floor. You can get into little cracks and crevices. You can see what it looks like there. But you could do this. I've also used this like this to get my fans, my ceiling fans. So it's a cool little brush. I've also used this brush for that. A little dirty for ceiling fans, for blinds, things like that. These cool little accessory dust brushes, basically what they're calling them. So I got this, and then I also got the under appliance wand. So this is for your fridge. I use it not for my fridge, but I use it for my couch. So my couch sits a little bit off the floor, and so you can extend this pretty far, and you can pick up all that food that your kids drop between the cushions and fall in the little slits between the couch, because mine is a sectional, and I always move the couch and I find myself vacuuming under it. Well, this thing can reach pretty far. Just slide it right under your couch, and then you'll literally hear it just picking stuff up under there. So pretty cool little accessory, but it also be, of course, for those hard to reach places like under your stove, or if it can fit in there, under your stove, under your refrigerator, those types of things, even under a table. It's a nice little accessory to get far behind a table when you're doing things like that. And it does have little felt pieces here, so it's not, scratching up your floor or anything like that. So a pretty cool accessory. And also it did come with a bag for all the accessories from Shark. The instructions are in here as well. But this bag will cost you $15.99, which is crazy to me. If you just purchase this bag, $15.99, it's just like a little paper bag. So, but yes, $15.99. Some of the accessories are a little bit pricey if you were to buy them separately, so it would be good to just buy them in a package if you end up doing that. All right, we are back, and this is where I take a quick moment just to compare it to a Dyson. I did say I had a Dyson, so I wanted to show you that what they look like compared together there. You can see that you definitely have, like, the Dyson's gonna stick out a lot more over here. And so the Shark is just a hair taller than the Dyson, but the Dyson does feel a little bit heavier on the weight comparison between the two of them. In my opinion, just a little bit heavier, just a little bit. Now I will show you what happened to mine. You can see that this is discolorating, and basically the hose was falling apart. And this little bracket down here is what broke. You can see I have 2 screws in there. It's not supposed to look like that, but that's the piece that broke. And so I kind of mended it myself, but it definitely doesn't have the suction power that it did before, but it still works pretty decently. I just use it as a spare vacuum now, but a little comparison there. All right, let's get into the Shark. Now, the Shark Stratos definitely is cool, but I could see how people could get frustrated with it because it does have a lot of operational things that we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to take a quick look at it. You see what we got here. I'll go to the roller brush at the end here, but you can see there's a lot of buttons and knobs and all kinds of things that we need to figure out. All right, so let's get into this. So let's go ahead and drop the cord like we're going to go ahead and use it. Drop that out of the way. You got the power button. Pretty simple there. You got a power button. The next thing we're going to look at here is you got hardwood floor, you got low carpet, and you got high rug, and it's just a selector knob, and it's pretty easy to use, so no problem there. Now the next thing is when we start getting complicated here. So you have all these buttons down here, and you're like, well, which one do I push to do what? And so we're going to talk about it. So you have a wand release here, you have a hose release. You won't really have to use this one much, so don't worry about the hose release, but you will have this dust cup release and the power lift if you want to take it off. And there's also a wand release here too, but it says handle release. I could call it a wand release, but handle release. So you can remove this right here, and there's your handle, and then you can hook it to any accessory you want, but you usually want a little bit more. And so we go to the wand release here, and this is what you end up with, the wand. All right, and so you have that, and it goes right back in. And the next thing you're probably going to use a lot is the power lift away, and this is going to separate when you pull that, and now you have a little mobile vacuum here that you have like this. So I use that a lot when I do stairs, and so I'll take the wand release out. And now your bottom piece there is there, and now I can go vacuum some stairs with some attachments that I have. I can put this one on, and then I can go do some stairs really easily. Very, very cool little brush. So, but you can see why all these pieces are replaceable too, because it's like a little go-go gadget vacuum cleaner where it's all different pieces here. So now is a good time to talk about the bottom piece right here, all their technology they're talking about here. So just say the Odor DuoClean PowerFins hair, let's see, HairPro. Yes. So here is this part right here. So this is your odor neutralizer. If you see that it has a little arrow right here, that's going to dial in how much scent you want to come out of it. But then when you want to remove it, you take it all the way to the arrow, and that's how you put it into. You match the arrows up right there, and then you twist it, and then that's going to be the negative sign right there to the arrow is the less you can for the odor neutralizer. So that would be the less scent you have, and then more scent, more scent, more scent, and then the positive is all the scent you can have. And then, like I said, if you go all the way to the arrow, that's how you take it out. Okay, so hopefully that help some people out there on that. Air fin and soft roller brush. I will say that this roller brush is extremely soft, very, very nice. And then it has these giant fins, but you notice there's no hair on here. That's the coolest part. There's no hair on there. The only thing I will say, hard to do this with one hand here. Anyways, I can't get this to turn, but if I could get it to go flat, I would show you. But right here, these little fins will trap some dirt, and you do need to find yourself getting the like lint out of them right here. So you can see there's a little lint in there. If I were to roll this forward, I could probably, yeah, I just got that out, and you can see that I just got this little piece out. But that's about that's about the only cleaning that you'll ever have to do, is a little bit of lint that I get in there. And then the other thing that I noticed is they do have this little compartment right here, and there's two little clips right here. You can see that right there. I do notice I need to open this up and check in there occasionally. Right, and there's nothing in there right now, but I checked that not too long ago, and there was some hair and some twisty ties people had vacuumed up, and so you do have to check that little compartment for, you know, some debris and stuff like that. But other than that, pretty cool that you can even get to all that, because you've always had those vacuums where you get something stuck in the hose and you can't get it out. Well, at least this is a smaller section to have to diagnose if you do get something stuck in there. So very, very cool. So the only problem I've had is, like I said, a little debris, like I said, little lint pieces that get stuck in this part right here where those little fins are. Other than that, no hair in there, and that's crazy. That's crazy technology, and I do like that because I hated cleaning that a lot. All right, let's show you on the Dyson here, because I guarantee there's hair in the Dyson. Look at that, look at that. This is hair. There's hair all clogged in that Dyson. So I just want to show you that comparison right there. Definitely an issue, and I'm glad that I don't have to worry about that on the Shark. All right, so you could take this around with you. You could do stairs, like I said, very, very cool. But let's go ahead and put it back together. So the only thing you have to remember is this part does go to the back here. And like I said, this is hard to do with one hand. There you go, clips back in. And then, all right, we're back, so I'm gonna show you really quick. Get this hose wand back in, same way, like this, and then you're good there. A couple other things I wanna show you is the dust cap release here. It's right here on the back side, this button right here. Yeah, you can see the button right here. I'm gonna hit that, and this comes out. Now there's a couple things I wanna show you in this for operational purposes. People are gonna say, how do you empty it? Okay, you hit this lever right here, and this will open the bottom, so that's how you empty it. Another thing that you need to know is this little hidden button on the handle. I didn't know anything about it until I found it, and it does open this cone filter right here, and this cone filter will get all your hair, so that's where you'll find all the hair is right there, so you do have to check that once in a while, and then close that, and like I said, that handle is right here. So you see there's a lot of buttons, a lot of knobs, a lot of things that people could not figure out. Also, this is where your bottom filter is too. Let's see if I can show you that real quick. Right here, you can see this filter right here. There's also, this is the bigger filter, and there's also a little paper filter right there. Right there, so there's two filters in there. And then there's a HEPA grill too on the front. There's a button down here to get that out. You just pull on this right here, and there's a filter in there as well. See the filter? Filter's right there on the front, and then that just snaps back in. Two filters on the top. All right, everybody, let's wrap things up with pros and cons and final thoughts on the Shark Stratos. It's a good vacuum, and I'm not going to show you its suction power. Believe me, it does have good suction power. You can do just like on the infomercials or any video that you watch, suck up Cheerios or piles of dirt or whatever you want to do. It does have good suction power. I would compare it to the Dyson. So it's got great suction power, so no problem in that. I'm not going to demonstrate that. I don't think I need to. Like I said, it's just a little bit more of information on this vacuum. The other positives though is that roller brush technology with the long fins and the soft, not have any hair on that is fantastic. You might get like one string every once in a while that you'll see, but really I'm not cleaning it. And I showed you pictures of the Dyson with hair all up in there, and I ended up having to cut that out all the time, and it's a mess and it's disgusting and all that stuff. So that is the biggest pro on this, in my opinion, is not having to clean the hair out of that. That is fantastic. So I really like that technology. The other cool technology is the Odor Neutralizer. It does work, and so they have these little filter cartridges, and they go in there. It's pretty easy to do. And you saw how I just took that out and put that back in, and so it's cool. It's a cool technology. It does put out a nice smell, fragrance, whatever you want to say. It is nice in my opinion, and it doesn't smell like if you use a vacuum a long time with dogs, it does kind of put out like a dog smell, like a wet dog smell. And so I haven't noticed that at all. It's circulating that fragrance, and you do smell it as your vacuum, so it does work pretty well. So that is kind of cool. At the same time, kind of a negative though, because you do have to spend money for these, and a 2-pack of these is about 22 bucks. So another way that they're going to make some money is by you purchasing accessories like that all the time. So just to let you know there. But a lot of the pros, like I said, great suction power, great ability to break it down and do cool things like like I said, you can separate it from the bottom roller and take it to the stairs and do steps, no problem. And then when you do lose the bottom roller, you do lose some weight, so then it is lighter to take around your house and things like that, and do other jobs that you might do. So I do like that it does separate from the bottom roller, which is something you couldn't do with like the Dyson. So I do like that part. So that is another positive for me. The Go-Go Gadget sectional piece of this is very, very cool, and that you can replace all the parts as well. It does work very, very good on the hardwood floors and the carpet, so great for vacuuming both of those. So all positive there. So a lot of positives. I really do like the Shark Stratos. Now, wouldn't be me without giving you some good negatives. So one of the negatives for sure is it does cost, in my opinion, $399. So the price is up there on this, but that's kind of the world we live in these days. Is if you want a decent vacuum, you got to go ahead and pay that. And so a Dyson would be in the same price point, about $399. So they're kind of even in price point. You might even get this a little cheaper if you get 10% off or coupons or things like that. So look for that out there. The accessories are really cool on this, but they're expensive as well. Like if you just bought them separately, let's just say the foam filter kit on this is about $18. The accessory bag, like I said, is $17. Some of these tools are going to be pretty expensive just by themselves. So an extra dust cup is $34. So the accessories are expensive if you want them. So if you do buy them in a package, I think that would be the best way to get that done. So accessories are expensive. Cleaning. I do notice myself, this does, since it has that filter on the inside and that extra cone, instead of having like all the hair, and it does separate between bigger items and just dust and things like that. So you do this dust, I kind of clean this up a little bit, but the dust cup does get a lot of just fine dust in there, and so it gets pretty dirty. This thing was so dirty that you wouldn't have been able to see in there before. And so I did kind of just blow it out and things like that, just so for the video it didn't look disgusting, but it does cake up with dust easily. And then in that separate side where that cone filter is, that mesh cone filter, that's where you have bigger particles that you need to check every once in a while as well, and empty that out as well. So 2 sections there that you need to check and make sure. The power cord was also an issue. Like I said, I wish it was just like 5 to 6 feet longer. 36-foot cord would be awesome instead of a 30-foot cord. I just find myself a couple feet short from having to unplug and go to the next room and plug in just to finish that one room, and it is annoying. So just Shark 36-foot cord next time, 40-foot cord, not a 30-foot cord. Learning this vacuum, like I showed you, it's a process. There's so many buttons and knobs and things that separate from each other that it is a little bit of a pain to learn. So I can understand how that could be a negative for some people. Some people just want simple, easy things to use, plug it in, turn it on, it works. I understand that. And so there's a lot of things you might have to learn about this vacuum. And so that could be a factor for some people out there for the learning curve of, oh man, this is annoying. I have to hit this button to separate this, and then this button does this. And yeah, I understand. So just something to keep in mind there. And then one last thing I want to talk about, and so we will talk about suction a little bit. I do notice that like when you're vacuuming the floor and the corner of a wall, the Dyson was really awesome at picking up like that fine little flakes that are in between that corner of the wall and the floor. So the gap in there, right in there between the wall and the Dyson took care of that. And the Shark works, but not as good as the Dyson did in my opinion. So it fails to bring it on the first pass. The first pass with the Dyson, it was hitting it. I was fine. I might have to make 2, maybe even 3 passes on that corner to do the same thing. But it does pick them up eventually, but I have to make a couple passes. I noticed a couple times to pick that up, and on the Dyson it was just smooth. And so final thoughts, I think the Shark Stratos is a good vacuum. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the comfort of knowing that hopefully it will last 5 years with a warranty that they're putting out behind it. That if I do have to buy accessories for it, that is available as well. And that, you know, it does work really, really good. I'm enjoying not cleaning out that roller bar and things like that. And so I think it's a good vacuum. I would definitely recommend it to some people out there. I've had other people tell me that they have enjoyed it, but they did not enjoy that learning curve of, you know, it's kind of confusing. And so I do understand that. So that's something that you have to keep in mind out there if you're looking at this vacuum. So I wanted to point that out. I know there's a lot of information today, and hopefully it was good information that you did know, and a lot of people don't explain in some other videos. So hopefully it was helpful. This has been the Shark Stratos. Once again, I will leave links, reference links for you guys to take a look at all the products and everything in this video, so you can take a look at it. I'll also put things that you might need if you pick up this vacuum, like I said, a good extension cord to extend it just a little bit. But other than that, that's all I got for you. I got tons more videos and content coming up, so please keep watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, because I got more reviews coming and all kinds of stuff. Get back to some DJ stuff here really soon. I'm excited about that. Got some speakers, got some controllers, and I'm going to be bringing it to you really, really soon. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's been DJ Martini Midwest Reviews, and we'll see you really soon on my next video.